All right, the microphone's turned down. Hmm. Excuse me. All righty. What's up, guys? Hopefully, Friday turns out to be a nice day. Our goal today is to protect our accounts. Don't want to get squirrely with those. There's nothing like blowing up a funded on a Friday, then you have to spend all weekend to think about it. So, oh, we got to pivot back up at 735, even though that's a freaking 100 points away. I was hoping to get another long scenario from earlier. We did grab some of this short on the way down. So we're gonna start off the day up 135 on the take profit today. I think even if we take another trade on the take profit, I think we're going to keep it super small today. 2 micros, super small today, guys. Today's going to be all about protecting our accounts. Like I said, I'm not a big fan whenever news messes up the market like this in the morning before we open. So, we have what, 900 down to what, 650? Freaking, what is that? 250 points. But I think it may offer a good opportunity for us to rerun that data wig back up top, though. Did anybody take any trades on the news this morning? Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing in the TikTok world? So, if you're just getting here, just logging onto the charts, to this morning was non-farm payroll. That's what the 200 points movement that we had this morning. So, really big sell-off this morning from non-farm payroll. So, I'm going to anticipate a move back to the upside, or if anything, maybe a push down to the 550s to where that pivot is this morning. We're definitely going to be super cautious today. We don't want to blow up our fundeds on a Friday, especially the ones that were only about $800 from payout or 900. Like I said, definitely a little on the long bias this morning. Or maybe a push down to the 550 to run this yesterday 4-hour candle. Did anybody take any trades during the news play this morning at 8:30? We also had a pretty good nice last night session too. We're up 400 on an eval in the overnight session. So hopefully we can add a few more to that without wrecking that today. I'm hoping next week we'll finally get our 6 funded with Beulah Knox. So those are the 3 accounts we're going to be working on today. The goal is to take 1 funded a trade with Luciv and then look for a Beulah Knox trade. Then we'll have to see what the price action is. Dude, John, I don't mind you putting stuff in the thing. Just don't spam the lobby, man. That way I can see the other stuff. You're more than welcome to put it in like every few things. Every few, like, joins or highs or some type of message. That way I don't miss nobody's message. Heck yeah, yes. What size account did you pass? Yeah, I got my first Luciv funded last Friday. But I had 2 green days this week, then yesterday was a red day. So we're only up $200 so far this week on that Luciv funded. So we haven't really made very much progress on that, which I'm not trying to like hammer it all at once. I'm trying to build me a little buffer first. So like we only got 25,200 in our Luciv account. What size account are you trading on? Yes. What? So let's just say we consolidate in this area this morning. Unless for some reason we just go straight to the moon out of the gate here, I'd want to see us retest this pivot down at 550. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Like I said, today's all about keeping our accounts safe. I think we only blew 1 eval this week, and I don't even know why I did that. That was just being a little stupid. But the rest of the week's been good. We haven't messed up any funded accounts, so we've been green on all fundeds this week. So, like I said, since we've been green all week, we're only going to take 1 funded trade today. That's going to be my Luciv accounts. And the other two trade counts that we're going to do is going to be evals. So we're going to try to trade the opening on the elusive this morning. So that's going to be the goal for this morning. Like I said, if you're just joining us, this was non-farm payroll Friday. That's what this big 250-point sell-off was. I want to see us push back up to the 850s. I only say that because we like to run those data wicks. But, end of the day, that's just what I try to predict for myself at the opening. Like, because I'm just looking for 15 to 20 points on the opening. So, like, I can anticipate us, like, wicking down to hit the 550s. There's that big gold line you see is a pivot. So I didn't know, because we're running pivots. So if you look up here where this blue line is, that is a pivot that we traded below earlier. So it's almost like we're running, we run pivots. And also the New York session likes to rerun that midnight candle, which is all the way back up there at 25,010. Let me get my clock out. Still got about 10 minutes left. Tips on learning volume profile. Yeah, just got here. I've been actually working this week to learn a little bit more about volume profile and order flow. I got it over here on my ninja charts that we've been kind of just watching the overflow commutative delta, and like we've just been just watching it just to see. So this is why I didn't know if you look at the volume little profile there, I didn't know if we would push back up to the 850s, since it looks like volume's kind of dialed off down here. But I still didn't know if we would hit that pivot, then push back up to the middle, the point of control back up there at the 850s. So that's why I was kind of looking for the longs. But I'm still very new to this. We do have people in the chat bring it up, so I thought I would just check it out and just watch. Heck, if you have luck with something and someone's willing to share, you might as well take a look at it. Never know, it could help you. But I don't like making too dramatic changes to whenever I change up something with trading, because I still like trading supports and resistance. I still like trading the higher time frames. So this is how we got into our trade this morning. We're up 135 on our take profit. So basically what we did is we waited for us to sell below the previous day low, then waited for that wick to push back in there. So, unfortunately, I got short at 60, because I got short at the close of this candle, and I only took it to this low where this wick was at. So, that was the trade that we took earlier. That's how we got up This is where we got the 135 from for the take profit trader account. Oh man, still got about 10 minutes left. So that's why I'm kind of long biased this morning. Did anybody here trade the pre-market this morning? Or did anybody full port a news play? Full port. It would have paid this morning probably. I mean, we went pretty much straight down. The market froze, our charts froze a little bit, then it just went boosh. It just dumped hard. All the way down to this pivot. I don't want to get too caught up on the move to the upside, but as right now, I'm definitely liking the move back up to the upside overall. All right, 8 minutes, 8 minutes. What I want to see is for us to stay inside this 15-minute candle. So let's just say we do break out of this 15-minute range that we're covering. We will have to wait for a retest of the 15 minutes before we decide which way we're going to go. Get my stuff set up real quick. All right. So what we're looking for on the opening is 15 points with a 30-point runner. I don't know about you guys, but I stream night and day. And I got to say, man, by Friday morning, I'm so tired because I stay up so late every night streaming. Whew, be like tired by Friday, man. Streaming on both ends of the day. I'm looking forward to not doing anything tonight. Even though I'll find myself sitting in front of my computer, like back testing something or more likely, but that's fine. No stress of trading or none of that stuff. So, all right, about to have a new 5-minute candle here. Kind of looks like it to me. It's almost like creating a little bear flag here because we're kind of making higher lows. The only thing I'm not a fan of short is I'm not a fan of shorting into the 600s or the 24,600 because I don't like shorting into whole numbers. Squeeze. All right, 5 minutes. Let's see if we can stay with inside the 15 minutes here. Yeah, short means selling. If I was looking for a short, if for some reason I was going to short, I would probably be targeting those 550s down to the bottom side. But I don't know. But I still feel like we need to go back up to the upside to run the data wick. So I'm really more long biased than I am short biased at the moment, just because we done sold off 200 points. So it's kind of hard for me to be short biased without some kind of pullback. And you're looking at about a 30-point stop loss if you play the 50%. All right, 3 minutes left, guys. 3 minutes. Remember, we're not taking Bewley trades today. I'm staying away from Bewley trades on Friday today. We're going to do our elusive account today. I'd like to see it go out the bottom, then go back out the top. That's how I would like to see price action go this morning. I don't know. Every morning's a mystery, guys. Every morning's a mystery. Kind of pumping already. Less than 2 minutes ago, guys. No, don't break the range. Damn it. It's breaking the range. We didn't want to see it break the range. Mm. Oh, man, it's probably going to go straight up here at the opening. Come on. Pull back. Pull back in there. Then pop. Pull back down to the 50s. Hmm. 30 seconds left. Oh, no, it's popping. Damn it. That's going to make it so difficult. Yeah, it made it so difficult, man, with that pop out of our thing. Oh, I couldn't move it. It wouldn't let me move it. 'All right, so we're going to start off in the red a little bit on the elusive this morning. I'm just going to wait till we get above this pivot. There comes the long. That was the pivot hit. $50 for the next candle. Right now, all we can do is just kind of wait for the market to settle down. Then we'll look for another entry. Remember, we still got another pivot down at 550s. Wow, that was a trappy candle. Ah, I want to try to catch that push down to the pivot. I'm going to lower my risk down to 2 micros. And it looks like we're going to get stopped out again. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Oh, shoot. Man, this opening has been tough this morning, guys. Kind of going back and forth right now. We're in the red, 31 bucks. Woof. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We're trading on Ninja Trader. I didn't see your message. I had my clock over my chat. Sorry about that. This is why we chose to stay away from our Bewley fundeds today. This thing's just jacking people on both sides. Ten seconds on the next 5-minute candle. No, M and Q. Right now, we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. We've tried a couple little breakout trades, but we keep getting stopped out. So we lost one, won one, lost one. So we're 30 bucks in the red. Gold's at nice right now. Nice. I've been doing a little gold trading in the evenings. Dude, this stuff is choppy as crap this morning, guys. This stuff's just wrecking people on both sides. uh, right now, guys, we're just sitting on our hands. There's not really anything for us to do right here but watch. Still just trapping people, guys. Still trapping people. So far, a pretty hard morning. There's a pivot. If we can get above 35, you might be able to get along. So that's kind of what we're waiting on, to see if we can get above 35. If we can just get one good trade, it should get us back in the green. Yeah, I've been messing around with gold a little bit in the evening, looking for like little 5 point moves. Ooh. For me to try long again, I got to get above 35. This stuff is just seek and destroy at the moment. You can see almost every trade I entered was pretty much a instant, like either 10 points and pull back to stop me out. I just wasn't sure if we needed to run this other pivot before we moved up higher. Ah. Maybe we can try in and off the Rico candles. Might be a little easier. Going to try to enter off Ricos instead. Ugh. Is anybody getting chopped up at the moment? Sorry, guys. Just kind of focused on charts at the moment. Dude, this thing is so dirty right now. My goodness. Probably when it pops, you're not going to be able to catch it because it's going to happen so fast. That's usually what happens whenever we get this type of price action starting out. Thank you guys for the likes and follows today. All right, here comes my bull line here. The gold line's there for a reason, guys. Don't take trades into that gold line unless you're above it. See if we can. That was another pivot hit, guys. That's why we've kind of stayed away from longs, because we're struggling to get through this pivots. We still got 2.5 minutes on this candle. What I like to see is for the next 2 minutes that we push back above the 35s up here, 39s, print, then look for the long. At least that's what I'm going to try to do if we can get it. And that way we're long and above the pivot. But I'm only going to be looking for 10 points in a runner, and we only got to probably 65, 70 before we run into resistance again. Is there anybody trapped in a trade right now? Like, did this candle is probably going to close with a big old wick too, unless it can push hard in the next 40 seconds. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle in 10 seconds, guys. And this is going to be an ugly looking 5-minute candle again. I feel like we pushed least down to the 50 right here. What's up, trades? All right, comes the 50 push. All right, so it's starting to look a little promising here. It's going to look for a push to the 25s, possibly. We're just in 2 micros because it's whipping so hard, guys. Unfortunately, I got to put my stop loss where it needs to be at the moment. Very trappy at the moment, guys. M and Q. I may even close this back above 70 if we can't get the push, because I don't feel like holding this if this thing rips back up on me. Because this thing's been ripping both sides. It's one of those days, man. Seek and destroy morning. Solo, we're just getting smacked on both sides this morning, man. Man, I was hoping we were going to get some big profit on that runner. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. So for longs, guys, I'm really not going to take longs into the 35s. For my long process, I really got to be back above the 35 here. Damn, is this thing going to rip without me? Woo. This thing's just trapping. God, it's like I can't even get in. What do we got? 3 minutes left. I was trying to catch it before it started popping. Because on my Rico candles, we kind of popped off of the 30 area, my pivot area. Today's just been 10-point heaven. Sorry if I'm not focused on the chats at the moment, guys. Dude, I got a late freaking entry. Son of a B. We're trying to catch the bigger runner. So right now we're kind of trapped in between the 35 pivot, what I was trying to long, and the previous day close or previous day low. We keep hitting our 10-point trades. I mean, that's the only positive about. The 10 points are popping. We're just not getting anything off our runners. And as long as we stay above 35, we're definitely long bias. How's your day going so far, Solo? What's up, Lump? How are you doing? Lump punch chat. Job. All right, here's that pivot test again. We got 45 seconds left on this candle. $20 seconds. $5 seconds. Pivot's not holding. Yeah, I'm not trading my Bulenox PAs today, man. Man, I had a feeling price action was going to be tough today. Need this thing to blast the 75s. Oh, come on. Don't get my runner. Get through there. We get through that 74, we're going to squeeze, guys. You son of a bee. This thing has gotten every runner this morning. Ah, dang it. We're taking a lot of trades on this freaking whatchamacallit. Very, very trappy this morning, guys. I'm not going to lie. Look at the CL. We're trading the MNQ, Ryan, which is the micros of the ES. I mean, the NQ. Oh, oil's going crazy right now. Solo. I don't think I've ever taken a trade on oil. Maybe this is our. We're about to have a 30-minute another 30 seconds on a new candle here. $15 seconds. Give me a minute. We'll take a look at oil. Just don't want this thing to rip all the way back up. So you got to be careful of that here. As soon as I jumped in, that thing got stopped. Yeah. What did that push me back down to? I think we're still in the green, but yeah, I figured. All right, we may have to be done trading. We're at least able to get back up to $94 on the account, but man, this thing is just insane today. May switch over to our take profit trader account. Like I said, if we can get through this level here, we should blast. You're still up $60 from last night. Nice. Most of my trades have been going back and forth. I mean, it's so choppy this morning. Yeah, price action's crazy today, man. It's like I'm getting a bunch of my little 10-point winners server, but every single runner has been stopped out today. We're definitely going to probably long above the previous day low here. Now, if I feel like I'm going to lose 75, I will close my trade. Because 75 is my line in the sand here. Remember, 75 is my line in the sand. The previous day low. Back below the previous day low, we close trade. That crap got within like a tick. Remember, 75 is my line in the sand. I don't have the order there, but I will close the trade if we start losing that 75. So we're about to... Oh, shoot. Come on, bounce here. We're at the 70. There we go. Ah, oh, son of a bee. Oh, that put us back in the red on our Take Profit Trader account. Woo, we're just getting destroyed today, guys. We don't want to get trapped in a big sell-off. Oh, that did me dirty. Oh, shoot. No. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, son of a bee. I'm going to have to hold it. I can't. Might get F'd here, guys. Woo. I bet to go in heavy on my Bulinox, not my take profit trader. Son of a B. Went in on the wrong account. Oh, son of a B. $30 left. I don't have no choice but to hold this thing. No, I was trying to take a quick like blast trade on my Bulinox, and I hit my freaking take profit account instead. Not fundeds. No, we're not trading. No fundeds. These are evals only. God dang it. 75 doesn't hold. We're effed. Okay. Well, we got lucky there. Ooh. Woo, goodness. You said, do you mean to stop lying about what? I'm not sure what you're talking about, BH. I don't know anybody that uses a Telegram. So we're going to try to target that data wick up there at the top. Oh, he's talking about the size of the cocaine. Oh, goodness. We don't speak of that, methodical man. We don't speak of that. Dude, it's been straight chop fest this morning, man. I done got whipped out of so many 10-point trades this morning, methodical man. I was trying to pass my Bulinox on this trade here because I need to make $500 more on that eval. So I wanted to go in heavy with my Bewley account. Yeah, it's been pretty wild this morning, Ann. Like I think almost every runner that I've joined in this morning has been stopped out. How's your morning going, Ann? Have you had any luck this morning? The only account that we didn't trade today, guys, was our Bulinox accounts. As far as fundeds go, we weren't going to take any Bewley fundeds today. Is there anybody in the long off the previous day a low? Now, guys, we could hit this pivot up here at 41. I feel like 41 is going to be a tough area to get through. Oh, you took the long off the previous day low? Nice. That's usually a nice spot to try to take longs. Or, if you get above it or below it. We took the short this morning also pre-market. I wish we would have got better price action around this pivot here, but we didn't. It just pretty much blasted that 40 pivot. What's up, Jose? All right, listen to some music again. No, we don't want to retest the 75s. Maybe just a retest of the 800s here. Then we finally pop. Yeah, you kind of want to see 96 hold up here. There's the ocean. It's going to take a minute to get through those 41s. If it doesn't completely reverse off the 41s. That is your safe target. If you're looking for a safe target, that 40 is your safe target. Beyond that, I don't know. So 40 would have been your safe target. There's the reverse off the 41. Dude, what's up with all the join? All right, broke that next pivot. Should be in pretty good shape if we can print above the 40s here. I figure we're going to run into some resistance there, I think. Well, maybe. No, actually, there's more up there. So here's that 41. That's just another pivot, guys. So that's why it's taking us a minute to get through this. Thank you for the follow, Roz. $30 seconds left on this 5-minute candles. Where it starts worrying me on the pullback, if we print below the pivot and we have to basically sell all the way back down, then I'll have to consider taking profit, because I don't want it to come all the way back down to my entry here. Come on, blast. Seconds. All right, good deal. Need a rejection right there. A little rejection. Come on. Reject. Need that pivot to hold. Come on. You got it. There we go. Look at that little nice little wick into the pivot there, guys. Come on. Just got to keep going. I might even, if we can get above this pivot and find some structure below this pivot, I'll probably take my stop loss up in that range somewhere. No, be all right. Beautiful. Man, I probably could have passed my freaking eval. Or not eval, but my Bulinox account. This is why we were long bias. This is why I wanted to go heavy on my Bewley account. So we created an order block. See this big 5-minute order block? We created it at the previous day low. So that's why I wanted to go in heavy on that trade, on my eval trade. I didn't want to do it on my take profit trader account. That was a little iffy, but I wanted to do it on my Bewley account. But now we're not going to have a trade for our Bewley account. All right. I think we would have hit our 100 points there if we took our profit at the 90. I don't know. I almost want to just close it right there. I think, yeah. I'm going to start trying to take as much as out of this as I possibly can. Because I know we're due for a pullback. All right. I still feel like we're going higher here. I just want to see it retested this pivot down here. The retest of the pivot. I'm glad we got out of that trade. This is kind of a bull bear line if you're still holding. You got to hold this pivot for us to continue higher here. Still holding. Oh, don't give it up here, nasty, nasty girl. I feel like she's got more to the upside. Come on. Dude, there's no wick on this 5-minute candle. I don't see how it doesn't come back up. Thing's just trapping some folks in there is all it's doing. What's up, man? What's up, Marcus? Or Makis Digital? Woo! We dumped hard. Oh. All right, we'll take this off here because this thing's just bulldozing back to the bottom side, guys. Can't get back through this pivot, guys. It could be straight back down. This is five minutes. It was multiple trades, man. You got to think I've taken quite a bit of trades. We're only up 280 at the moment in that account. Is it 280? Yeah, 280. Because this morning when the market was super choppy, I was taking losses, taking winners, taking choppies. Like my account was kind of going back and forth. And I didn't mean to trade that one. I wanted to trade my Bulenox account because I was trying to get a big win on my Bewley eval. We still need about I don't know if I could pass it, but trying to get close. I need like $500 more on that eval. We pretty much have stayed away from our fundeds today because we had a fairly decent green week, and I'm glad we did. The price action was horrible this morning. It was a super like seek and destroy type price action. I'm just glad we got out of this trade instead of holding it. So we were trading the take profit trader. That was the one that we took the long. I wanted to take it in this one right here. The one that we're up $400 from last night. So we had $400 in profit. So that's why I was going to go in super heavy a while ago. We were going to risk our profits from last night to see if we could get a bigger move in that account. So that was the plan a while ago whenever we went in heavy. But luckily it worked out because that could have been a huge mistake with my take profit trader. I try not to do too much stupid stuff with the take profit trader because they're so expensive. The Bulenox are only like $15. So you can risk it'll be a little bit more aggressive on the like $15 accounts. But with take profit trader, man, that thing's like $90. We don't want to be doing overly stupid stuff with that thing. And like I said, we didn't take any Bewley fundeds this morning. We're still sitting at the 726 out. So we still need about $800 to $900 to pass these. So hopefully over the next 2 weeks, we can get those passed. We just didn't want to like jack up any of our fundeds on a Friday. That's usually like the worst day to jack up your fundeds on a Friday. So you got to spend all weekend to ponder about it. Dude, this thing can go all the way back down to 687. What the crud. Oh my goodness. Shit, there's nothing holding this thing up, man. I will short previous day. Well, shoot. Man, we got this order block here. Did we get through the order block? New 5-minute candle. Ooh. Nasty, nasty reversal. Just lost that previous day low. Kind of need to hit the 50s. Then, man, need to see a retest of the previous day low. Make sure that crap's going to hold. Oh, whew, almost did it again. Make sure I'm on the right account. Don't want to make that mistake again. Previous day low will be my line in the sand here. Dude, what is the deal with me getting one tick lately? What the crap? That's been horrible lately. All right. I'm going to get close to break even because this thing could pull all the way back up to the 75 off that 50 level. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about, 75. That's normal. Even you could always even get a push up to the 90 here before we possibly could start pushing back down. Like I said, 90 hit. 90 should be your hit before it starts pushing back. $75 will be my line in the sand here if we do get tagged in. Might be moving back up. We're about to get a new 5-minute candle here. That's a big wick. Wow. Nice on the 50 pop. Damn, are we going to break this? Could reverse again out of these 80, 95s area, guys. Data high 908. Well, man, I'm not gonna. I'm taking profit. I'm looking for 994 to get hit. Methodical. I'm not gonna try to just look for extra 10 points for one micro. It's going good today. GBTC. We had a little sluggish starting out this morning. This morning was a little on the rough side starting out. We were getting a lot of chop this morning, so like all my runners were getting stopped out this morning. No good follow through, a lot of big wicks back and forth. Yeah, we'd have to get through these 84s. All right, about having you 5-minute candle. $40 left. I'd have a you 1 hour candle. You caught the high of the day earlier. You mean for the oh, you caught the short down from the high of the day? Nice, man. That was a big move. 10 seconds for a new candle. Yeah, if we get stopped out on my runner, we'll just probably go back in. Oh, yes, MNQ Rain. I'll put it in the chat for you. It's basically the micros of the NQ. So I'm trading small accounts, 25Ks and 50Ks. So they're too big to use minis because they're $20 a point or a contract, where micros are only $2 a contract and 50 cents a tick, where minis are $5 a tick, or like I said, $20 a point. And that will wreck a 25K account really quick because you only get $1,500 in drawdown. 132 to dude. That's a nice. How many contracts did you have going down there, GB? Was it just just a micro or something, or how many contracts did you have? 6 all the way, dude. That's awesome. 6 micros for all points. Wow, that's insane, dude. That's pretty good. I always I'm always looking for those quick 10, 15 points, and I like to leave my runner and see if I can. That's good there. I don't usually do that too often, like hardly ever actually. I'm always just looking for that quick strike, and then I'll look for the bigger move with my runner. So my runner gets stopped out a lot, if you guys haven't noticed. So I get stopped out a lot on the runner. If I was you, Rain, I would just try to find like cheap prop firms to trade for. That way you get your free data. Right now, if you can just to learn, I would just recommend getting like a Bulinox account that costs $15. And this way you get your data for free and just trade 1 or 2 micros. And that way you know how much you got on the table. You know you're risking $15. Or if you want to do a 50K, it's 19. Because either way, if you're trading real money, either way you got to pay for data. And at least with prop firms, while you're learning, you get the free data. Yeah, if you're brand new to trading, I don't usually recommend expensive evals. So like my take profit trader eval that I'm trading, that's like a $90 account. Where this account right here that I'm trading is $15. But with Bulinox, you do pay a little bit more on the back end. But, that probably wouldn't be my focus at the moment. I would just be focusing on, learning your strategy and what works for you. Because the more you come to trading lobbies, you'll realize that everybody's trading differently, one way or another. Everybody sees the charts a little different. So I like to trade off support and resistance. That I don't know. I don't usually do that. I know I don't do the kind of like tutor type stuff. I just share what I'm doing. But there is so much information online about trading, so many YouTube videos. You just got to basically put in the time to, like everybody else, you just got to put in the time. And you'll come across like hundreds of different strategies. You just got to figure out which one works best for you. So support and resistance levels work better for me and higher time frames. So like all these boxes on my page represents higher time frames. So these are all 1 hour candles. You can see we're making higher lows on the 1 hour candle. So right now we're targeting the high of this candle up here at 50 where you had all this consolidation. So, but this morning was fairly a tough go. Anytime you get a bunch of wiki little candles like this on your 5 minutes, it makes it so hard. Like every single trade I took was either getting stopped out instantly or I'd hit my 10 points and my runner would get just stopped out instantly. It was just kind of one of those type mornings. So my runner may even get stopped here even after being up 50 points. So I don't really recommend that. Try to take your points. Got to have that pivot hold. Man, 400 away. Woo, that's going to be the longest $400 ever, Chris. If you're $400 away from a $4,500 payout, woo. I know how you feel. You get like within that like few $100s of payouts, like you're ever going, woo, scurry. Everybody's been there, man. Everybody's been there. That's a big, nice payout too. $4,500. Man, that's awesome. That's like paying all the monthly bills there. If you got somewhat low monthly bills. If we lose this big gold line that you see, we're going back down. And my runner's going to get stopped out. So if you're still in here, Rain, so I use an indicator that marks out like all my previous lows and highs of the day. So this is your previous day low. And all the gold lines you see are pivots. This is why we're kind of holding up right here. This is why I said if we lose this pivot, we're going back down. I mean, we didn't hit it a couple times here. I just don't know how long it's going to be able to hang on. Hold. Hold. Come on. Maybe. Get a big wick on that 5 minutes and push all the way back up. All right, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle here. I want to see this next 5-minute candle go straight up and create another order block. No, 5 minutes. The 5-minute hates me. Yes, this is Ninja Trader. You trade on IQ options. I don't know if I know what that is. All right, looks like our runner's about to get stopped out here, guys. We thought we could hold on. Oh, maybe. Nope. If you're looking for friendly charts to trade on, if you're new to trading like futures, Tradeavate's probably the one of the simplest. Very, very simple to navigate. All right, got stopped out on our runner there, guys. Son of a bee. All right, now we're just gonna have to sit and wait. Let's pull fib on this whole move and just see if the 50 to 60% is going to hold. So if you're still bullish, you need to have the 810s to hold up. This will be kind of like your golden pocket on the fib for us to move back up. So if we're going to continue higher, those are the areas you need to see us hold. As right now, just gonna have to sit on our hands and wait. How long you been doing options, Rain? Hmm. Yeah, you can do risk management. What you do is you set up ATM strategy or your ATM strategy where you can pick how many contracts you want to go in and what's your stop loss, take profit. So most of the times I'm using like a 20-point stop loss. Then if I need to adjust it, I will. You want to push, man, if you're able to, you can't do any kind of risk options on options. I don't have no experience with options. So you trading futures, it'd be like me trying to trade options. I have no clue. The only thing I know about options is the selling those calls where you buy 100 shares and put the 100 shares up and collect the fees. That's about the only thing I know about options. Blast. So for longs, we need to get back above the 50s. Big shout out. Thanks for everyone on TikTok for the likes and follows today. And YouTube. Usually the YouTube's a little slower during the daytime. Oh no. I looked away. I looked away. We hit those first quick 40 points. Oh, this thing gonna get my runner again. Come on. Yep. Dirty. All right, we'll wait for it to push that again. We're trying to long above the pivot here. Did you make any green today, Chris? I mean, if you're green, you only need $400. I'd probably just wait till next Monday to start. That way you don't do anything silly and mess up your account on a Friday. You're waiting for it to sweep the equal highs. Yeah, I was trying to catch that long back above that golden pivot. Oh, man, if you're 1K today, shoot, I'd put that away quick. That's awesome. Come on, push. What sucks is my Rico candles all kind of point to the downside. And I'm over here trying to take longs. $50 seconds left on this next candle. But that's not a pretty 5-minute candle. The body needs to fill in a little bit more. So you need to see the body and get a print above the orange line there. $20 seconds. Oh, don't get caught. Dude, what is going on? This will be our third runner that could possibly get smashed here. Wow, that was insane. So what we're doing is we're looking for that quick 5-point trade. And then after that way we're still allowed to have a negative drawdown. That's why we're only going for 5 points. And looking for the bigger trade to the upside with the but heck, this is creating literally a order block here if we print to the downside. We're still just sitting. We have not, out of all these trades, we haven't moved our Bewley account very much. Ooh. This looks like a, what is this, a M pattern? So maybe it'll be one of these deals where it goes like this, 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 and rip up off the previous day low here. Chris, who is your funded account with that you're up $4,500 or $4,000 in? Nope, we're going to sit on. We're only long if we were above the, if we're above that pivot from earlier GBTC. Oh, okay. Might not get anything else. May have to just sit on our hands for a little bit because we're kind of in between the pivot and the previous day low. I was trying to see if we could sweep those equal highs up there for the longs. John, we are trading MNQ. It's definitely been a seek and destroy today, guys. So we'll see if the no denials claim is true. Hopefully. Ooh, does this thing rip all the way back up here? Five seconds. Go, 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 go. Come on. Let's break the pivot, break these highs. It looks like the Bulls did a good job pushing us back up. They're pivots. So they're the pivots from a trading view. It's just I don't have to constantly look at my trading view charts. And this way, I just put them over on my charts. That way, I just know where the pivots are. Right now, the pivot's kind of a magnet. I've tried to long above the pivot a few times, but man, we're just kind of staying around this area. I still like the longs. We just got to get it back above these close of the candles up here. What's that, 60? Unless we go down here and break this big wick. What's up, David? How are you doing? It's been a good day so far. We had a little bit of a rocky start this morning. A lot of back and forth with the choppy price action. So we would like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. It was kind of going like that because we were just wicking so hard. And I would get a lot of my 10 points, but almost every runner was getting stopped out. We had a couple good runners where we took good profit off of, but most of them have been just getting hammered. was in my soul. We're hoping that we can take out the swing up here at the 900s. So that's kind of what we're looking for at the moment. If we're going to continue higher, we got like a really big, nice M pattern here. We're already about to have a new 5-minute candle. Got 55 seconds left on this candle. How's your day going so far today, Mart? Is anybody in the entry right now? Is everybody sitting on the sideline? All right. Did we get the break here? Five seconds left. Oh, nice. Dude, this thing is so trappy, guys. Just cannot get through this pivot. Time is it? 10:30. 11:30, I'm sorry. This is also kind of approaching that no trade time of the day. A lot of times we try to stay away from trades during the lunch hour if we can't help it. Because most of the time, if you're green during the morning time and if you start trading at lunch hour, it'll just wreck you. But the volume is still here. It's not like we're completely died off. It's just chopping back and forth. I was hoping that this candle right here would push us through the pivot. Ugh. Come on, bulls. We want to run these equal highs up here at the 900s. Dude, the pivot is a straight wall, man. It just not getting through the wall, just not getting through that pivot. Oh my goodness. And all of our EMAs are kind of stacked on our Rico candles. So most of the time, if your EMAs are just stacked on top of it like that, most of the time the chop's even worse because there's no separation between them. Is there anybody trapped in a trade? Is anybody long or short? Yeah, it's super tough area, man. I've tried the long a few times, son, but I'd get a quick, say, 4 or 5 points, then my runner constantly gets smashed. I'm not going to consider it a trade unless we get above the 35 where we are, where our 45 where we're constantly getting stuck at on the pivot, or we need to be back below the previous day low. So I'm just going to kind of just sit on my hands and wait. This is how a lot of people get there. They get trapped in here. If you buy the breakout to the downside and this thing ends up ripping back up to the upside. So if you want to be safe, I wouldn't recommend. I would just stay out of it unless we can get back below the previous day low or back above this pivot here at 45. A lot of support in this area. Need a higher. I haven't even really looked to the left here. Oh, yeah, we have all this here, huh? Oh, and right there. Holy crap. Look at all this consolidation in this area. Man, I bet you once we get through it, though, it's going to blast. And you're not going to be able to catch it because it's going to happen so fast. All you can do is just sit on your hands and watch. Usually we kind of stay away from trading during the um what do you want to call it? During the lunch hour. Maybe. Dude, that just wicked me. Oh, that's scary. Son of a bee. That thing just literally ticked me. I don't know how far I'm willing to take this down. The battle. Max, what's up? Oh no, this is just a couple. This is just a micro that we're in this at the moment. We went in with 5 micros, then we took a quick like 40, $50. Then we leave our runner to see if we can make another 100 or so. Do we get stuck here? Oh, they were just not gonna be able to get through. This is still technically a break-even trade at the moment. Oh no. I don't even know if we're gonna get through the 900s. We have another like just hard consolidated area around those 91s up there. Oh my! I gotta. Blast. Runner may get stopped out again, guys. Like it's still struggling to move up here. I don't know how many more times we want to try this. So that pivot is pivot held one more time. I just don't know how many holds it has. It doesn't look like it's going to hold. I mean, it's trying really hard to push down. This price action will just eat your day today, guys. It's all the whipping back and forth is what's getting you. I mean, we're whipping back like 20 or 30 points off on a limb. So, unfortunately, your stop loss just needs to be where it needs to be on some of these trades. Because most of the time, I try not to risk more than 20 points. Or I try to find like a support level we're looking for, which, we're trying to use that pivot as our support level. We have equal highs sitting up there at 900. If we can get printed above 900s, I think we'll be good to go ahead and finish running. Let's see this. Go. All right, man, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle here. Oh, you're going to try to short those highs? I mean, that's not a bad short. That's the high of the hourly candle, which we already ran once. Or actually, that's the high of the 4-hour candle. $30 left on a new 5-minute candle here. I don't know how many more times I want to try this long if we get stopped out here. It's like, man, we done tried this long. At least this is the third time we've tried this long. And this is an eval. I really wouldn't be doing this on a funded account, but eval, I will do it. But man, I don't know if we want to try it if it gets stopped. My runner gets stopped out here. Pump. Come on. The buyers need to step in. Come on, buyers. Don't let the sellers hold you down. We need to see a big ripper up to 960 up there to the previous day close would even be a nice spot. I don't really have one yet. I just have it way up there until we kind of decide where to put it. I was trying to see if we would run this next hourly candle up there at the 950s and 60s, but I don't know. We got the next pivot all the way up there at 25,020. We're about to run these the last 4-hour candle here. Now, if we can print above this 4-hour candle and do a little wick into it, there's nothing that should hold us back down. We should be able to go if that's how it sets up. Still got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. A lot of time left. A lot of time for this thing to run. So hopefully it can find the buyers and keep pushing here. Or it could come crashing back down because a lot of times when you run like these higher time frames, man, it just boosh. Say push. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for the weekend. I need a trading break. We need a chart break to re-energize. Today was super, super tough. Son, did you take that short? Hopefully you got you a little bit off that. Nice. Did you get all your profit real quick, or are you still holding? Nice. Nice on the short, son. Holding. Shoot, we've been pulling back almost every single time. I mean, I see no reason why I wouldn't do it again. Shoot, we've been just been yanking back and forth, man. Woof. It's like power. Come on, push. Look away. Shoot. All right, we got 50 seconds. If we can print above 900 on the top of this 1 hour candle and use the wicks as our support, that's kind of what you want to see. That would be a good sign. So I'm hoping that's how it works out here. We got 40 seconds. You want to see this thing close around the 9 or 20 area? Then you want to see a wick hit off all these wicks right here. This way we can get on the other side of all this consolidation. We don't want to close under. Ah, shoot. We got 20 seconds. Come on. Come on. Ten seconds. Damn it. Just created another swing. Come on. Want to see a blast. $15 looks good, Lane. Nice. We're targeting the next hourly candle up here at 960. If we can print above these hourly candles, we should get a push. We just gotta get above the 900s here. What's up, David? Push. We got 3 minutes left on this candle, guys. Plenty of time for the bulls to just rip this 5-minute candle up. Come on. Try not to, if you are taking longs, guys, try not to jump in at the top. You get your face ripped off doing that. Because today we've been whipping back pretty hard. You need to be entering on like brand new candles if you do want to enter. That's usually the safest way to do these 5-minute candles is enter on new candles. New candles and near some kind of support and resistance. Okay, nice. That's a good entry. I like entering around those whole numbers, Lane. Look for a quick 10, 20 points up to the 900 or something. Then leave you a runner to see if you can get to the 25 or the 50. Dude, the battle's for real. Man, we're already 8 minutes away from the 12 o'clock hour. You know, as soon as it hits that 12 o'clock hour, we're probably going to go into like creep mode. Not going to have the volume. We're just going to be just grinding higher and higher. Most of the time, that's what happens whenever we get up there around that time of the day. Paradise. No, we don't want to see that big nasty wick. Oh, is that what you do, son? Just when you counter trend, hold for 10 points? Yeah. That's what I like to do too. I like getting my 5 or 10 points. Depending on if I'm up, I'll just try to hit those quick 10 points with runners or quick 5 points with runners. That's kind of what we've gone into today because we're already up quite a bit on this account from last night. So we're up $500 on this account from last night. And I'm just trying to stay safe because I only need roughly $400 to pass. So we were just trying to keep it safe. Damn it, we just could not print above there, guys. Come on. Ooh. Nasty 5-minute candle. Well, we break through that pivot, guys. It's probably back downtown. Oh, there's a one hit. Look at the pivot. The pivot hit on the dot. The nasty NQ trying to trap some people, guys. You notice some folks jumped in on that short at the last moment, jumped in as it broke that 50, hit that freaking 43 at the pivot, and just rip back up 30 points. If you're short, you got to get through the pivot, guys. We get through that pivot, though, it's probably going to be downtown. Kind of like what we did a while ago, where we kept kind of clear up all those wicks at the bottom. This is going to be my last trade of the morning. We're just going to walk away with profit we have and call it a day. Looks like we're about to lose the pivot. Oh, you're welcome. Hoping you're having a great trading session today. Yeah, it's nice when people share their trading ideas, man. I figured that's what I like to do. Anytime anybody shares trading information, it never hurts to look into it and see if it works for yourself. Look at the pivot. You got to get your pivots on the charts, guys. Woo. I do standard pivots with Fibonacci settings. I'll show you real quick here. So just go over to Trading View, just put in standard pivots. All you gotta do is just type in pivots, go to settings, and I use the Fibonacci one. If you can use the standard traditional ones, and I don't know I guess I haven't really looked to see what the difference is here. Let's see what the difference is. So what is that, 25? I guess they're about the same. I don't see any difference between the traditional. I also like to use the ICT kill zones and pivots. So what it does, it marks out your trading sessions. So this is your AM move here, which is very ugly looking. This is your overnight London session. So if I had to pick somewhere for us to go, it would probably be this next pivot up here at the 25,014s, or even by the end of the day, we could easily get up there to the London highs from last night at 25,132, which would be kind of crazy to think because that's still a few hundred points away. If you were in the lobby last night, we talked about us running that 23. So this is how I use them at nighttime. Look, this is your lunchtime trading session right here. That was the high of pretty much last night, and we sold off. We went all the way back down to the PM low during the London session. It just gives you more levels to follow and look for. Then I also like the midnight candle. Midnight candle, we pretty much always kind of rerun too, and that's sitting at 25,105. But it's also a Friday, and it's after 12 o'clock. Most Fridays after 12 o'clock is just just straight consolidation. So very rare you get big moves on a Friday after 12. Usually this is not really to me, most of the times I try to stay away from trading session this time of the day if it's like this bad. I mean, this is bad right here. I mean, it's like straight sideways. Yesterday's lunchtime trading was pretty good. Let's see. And you can use these little ICT areas to see what the trading session is like. See how small it is and just chopping back and forth. Usually you just get a range in this time of the day. See, super small, no movement. Not too bad here. Super small. Even smaller. So you kind of get it why sometimes it can be super tough to trade this time of the day. You're probably going to have to wait till like the 1:30, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock hour before we start moving again. That's usually, but unless you're talking about Fridays, I guess, then sometimes you don't know. Let's see. Nice. Is there anybody else in the entry? Is anybody still holding Lane? Are you still holding your 874? Or did you go ahead and just take your profit before it pulled back? Or hopefully you took profit before it pulled back too deep on you a while ago. Yeah, it's just straight up accumulation here. There's just, like I said, nothing really to do. You're in from 24,800 with a mini. What? Dude, that's like almost $2,000. Heck yeah. That is pretty wild. You're trying to target the London highs? Man, I only wish I had a one mini from the 800s. That's pretty good. Push. Sounds good. Just got here. Have a good weekend. Yeah, after this trade's over, I'll be done for the day too. We're looking for the 60s to get hit up here, or we're gonna get stopped out below the pivot. Dude, 7 grand. That is pretty wild. I've never got nothing like that, man. That's pretty wild to me. Maybe one day we can score some big profit like that. I'm over here just taking base hits. Oh, nice. That's a nice trade too, John. We took a couple big trades earlier. If this one works out, this will be the second longest trade for the day. I forgot how many points we took on the one. We were long from 70, 74. So really, well, no, you're at the 76 or 66. Uh, it wasn't quite 100 points because we were trading above that. What do you want to call it? The previous day low. Yeah, no kidding, man. That's an awesome Friday. Talking about making you have yourself have a good weekend. Whew, that's pretty wild to me. It could be a long opportunity again. Yeah, we kind of need to close above the 900s. We need to close above this the hourly candles here. My evals, guys, I use this as practice too in holding trades. Like, if you struggle holding trades for a long time, just practice on evals and not worry about it if you get stopped out. If you got, long, I'm only in this for one micro. We've been in long for a while. We've been holding a long since we broke back above this pivot. But we've already retested that pivot, what, one, two, three, four times already. So I don't know how many times this thing's going to hold up. That's looking. Ooh, does it hit? That's looking pretty bearish. Is this thing just do they trap? Do they trap people trying to jump in as we break the 50? Trying to trap some folks. Ugh. Looks like it's going to get us. That's so close. I don't see how it doesn't get us. Oh, did this thing just trap some folks again? I believe so. Eh. Dude, the pivot's holding. I just don't know how much more it has. I mean, this thing's been taking a beating, so I just don't see how it holds. This is like the fifth or sixth time that we've been down here. So, oh, so like I said, if we're stopped out on a runner, this will be it for the day. All right, stopped out on the runner there. Woo. What was that? Oh, he's saying for a long situation. Oh, goodness. Well, all right, guys, that was going to be the last trade of the morning. Unfortunately, we didn't really make any profit. It's just what we made last night, so we're going to be stuck at 400. I was hoping that we could break that 26,000 on that eval. This one, I could have made a mistake. Only reason why I have that much money because we kind of went in a little heavy on there by accident. I meant to go in heavy on this account, but we actually went in heavy on that one. So at least it's going to be a green day. But it was a rough start this morning. Was getting just messed up this morning on that whipsaw action. I think every single runner has gotten just hammered today. Yeah, I don't ever trade minis, man, because if I make a mistake, though, those minis will just destroy my accounts. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Good luck the rest of the day if you're going to continue trading. If you like to trade off pivots, that pivot right here that we're keep bouncing off of is sitting here at 45 or 43. Then if you kind of get stuck between this pivot and the previous day close, I'd be careful because that's where we've been chopping in between. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you either Sunday night or Monday.